And all right, welcome to Cup Filler Friday. Hello, everybody. Lindy and I are joining you from our bathrooms. There is no more real picture of motherhood than what you're seeing right here. This might be the only place in our house where we can get an ounce of peace and quiet while we tell our husbands, please shush the kids for at least 30 minutes while I get to have a conversation with another woman. So I think that's super real. We were just comparing towel racks and towels earlier. And you're welcome to judge us on our bathrooms. Welcome. Bring it on. And we're not peeking into yours. So be kind. All right. So Cup Filler Friday is a Friday once a month that we have in this group where we honor and lift up a woman who is selfless and also serving others. And she talks about the way that she keeps her cup flowing, keeps her cup full, even amidst the chaos. And with, what is it, 4 children under your roof right now?
5.
Okay. Okay, we have 5 kids.
They're not all mine. It's fine.
It's fine. Lindy Katzer comes to us from Garnett, Kansas, a place where I lived for about, I know I taught there 10 years, lived there 11. And know your whole family and love them all. Just a great, both the Katzers and the Foltzes. I mean, two huge families. Like, are you practically related to everybody in Garnett?
County, yeah.
So without further ado, please make welcome Lindy Katzer. And Lindy, you can take it away. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Show us a little bit of something, whatever you want to
do. All right. Well, we're in our bathrooms. And this is the place where I go for all of life's essential times, which is like that peace and quiet you speak of. Great is your faithfulness, O God of Jacob. You use the weak to lead the strong.
Oh, I love it.
You lead us in the song of your salvation, and all your people sing along. Sing along with me. You keep saying you've got lower back pain.
Lower back pain.
Something that you call boob stress. You keep wearing V-necks I can't be wearing, and there's no extra space between your breasts. Well, these boobs aren't made for gawking. They're small and they're flat too, but I love you girls, you're mine, and you'll never get fungus under you. I'm sorry, is that what you wanted? You told me that we were doing something weird live today?
Live straight from your bathroom. Miss Lindsay Katzer, ukulele moment from the bathroom. I love it so much. So I love music. So you could play, I don't know, a Tide commercial and I would still want to hear it. So
I just got this ukulele so that I would have something to do with my free, and I just act a fool with it. So nothing professional.
I love it so much. All right, Lindy. So tell people about.
I'm sorry. You said tell them about you, and I went full on intimate with my chest size. So now, for me.
Now we're in the circle of chat.
All right. So
ladies in the circle.
I'm a mom, a wife. I'm a nurse. We recently about a year ago, we started foster parenting as well. And in my free time, I dabble a bit in stand-up comedy. So,
goodness, dabble. Okay, I'm sorry, but you have dabbled in Kansas City in large stages with large groups of people. I know that you're very modest and humble, and I appreciate that, but you're kind of a big deal. Just so you know. Believe me, go to lindsaykatzer.com.
Listen, I very much appreciate that. I think that it's some crazy weird hobby that I got myself into that is crazy fun, and that's why I do it. But yeah, the times when I've got to be in Kansas City and open up at Crown Center in front of hundreds of people is like,
oh yeah,
pretty fun.
yeah. That's
So,
so. How did you get into comedy? This is what you were like. We got kids. We're nursing. Where did that come from?
yeah. So I actually, so my husband and I have 4 kids, and our second is on the severe end of the autism spectrum. So when he was about 2, he went to a therapy center in Kansas City, and he had the cutest little hipster speech therapist in like Midtown KC, and his name was Keenan. Love Keenan, still great friends with Keenan. He came to me one day and he said, I have an idea and I need your help with this. And I said, okay, what? Cute little hipster Keenan. And he said, I would like to start a stand-up comedy show for parents of kids with autism to tell their stories.
How old is Keenan?
Keenan was probably, at the time, I would say 27 maybe. I'm not sure.
Awesome.
He said, all of these parents come to me with great stories of things that their kids are doing. And they're usually hilarious, but they feel like it's kind of taboo. Like they're not allowed to tell just anybody their stories. And he said, I think we need to give them a platform. I think we need to know that people want to hear their stories too. Wow. And I said, that is the stupidest idea I've ever heard. Parents of kids with autism have things to do, Keenan. Like, there's no free time. So this was about, I was pregnant with Lucy, and she is, I don't know how old she is, but she's like maybe first grade-ish. I'm kidding. I think she's. And so I was pregnant with her, had 3 other kids, one on the spectrum. He said, we're doing this. And I said, no, we're not doing this. This is a terrible idea. And he said, yes, we are. And he put my name on a flyer and he said, this is the date. I'd like you to show up and you need to do this many minutes of stand-up comedy I've never done before. And so I went through quite a few stages of frustration, denial, all the things. I think somebody's trying to break into the bathroom. Disregard if that happens. No. So I thought there's nothing funny about my life. Like I really was trudging through the everyday grief of just learning that I had a kid with special needs. You know, there was nothing funny about my life, which was a lie I was telling myself. If I have learned anything about life from being Waylon's mom, it's that there is joy in every corner of life if you just open your eyes. And human nature, we're just inclined, you know, the fight or flight instinct. When you open Facebook, if you see 2 articles and one of them is the world's going to hell in a handbasket, that's the one you're going to click on. We are drawn instinctively. We zoom in on negative. It's human nature. It's who we are. And so in that period of my life, I had zoomed in on negative. I thought, woe is me, all of the grief, all of the overwhelmingness of my life right now. And I didn't see anything happening around me that was joyful. I just, I didn't see it. But then Keenan put my name on a flyer and I thought, oh shoot, I got to come up with something. So I started taking a step back. I started zooming out and seeing, what were some of my first punchlines? Everybody said going from 3 to 4 is no big deal. You won't even notice a difference. And I heard that like 17,000 times a day. And I always thought, these people are freaking lying. They are lying to me. I started going around my house and writing down, what is different? Well, I can't just throw out 4 corn dogs and yell at them to get to the van anymore, because one of them just lays in the crib and cries.
Oh man. Oh man.
So, long story short, I did that first year of comedy with Keenan, and I fell in love. And I fell in love with finding the punchlines in everyday life and sneaking away occasionally to go to open mics and start doing stand-up comedy. So,
did you feel in that moment where you said you went through some stages of accepting that this was going to be something you would do? I really feel like Keenan was probably sent from God for you.
Yeah.
I really do. I think that was some divine intervention going, okay, you're telling me no, but I'm going to push you. And now I'm Keenan and I'm putting your name on a flyer. Do you feel that there was a push from the Father above for this?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think that every downfall is also a blessing. Can you hear that yelling outside my bathroom door?
I love it. I love it. It's so what we all go through. It's so good.
I think I am like a natural pushover. Like I just tend to be a yes girl. And I think that, you know, while on one hand, that's terrible for self-care. On the other hand, being a yes girl and is such a gift that, you know, I really could have said, a different person could have said,
yeah,
honestly, no. But I also think that personality is a real gift, that I don't tend to get too anxious. I'm a yes girl, I say yes, and then I get anxious later.
So I hear you saying, like, it might give you the gumption and the bravery in the moment to actually do it. And, you know, when you do say yes to someone, you've committed. Now you're accountable. And so I think I have found that in multiple places in my life. No way should I have ever been a part of writing a couple of books and putting out an album and being in a band at 30 something. I probably should have said no to all those things. But for whatever reason, it was a part of my path. It did allow me to take a lot of risks in my life that I probably wouldn't have had someone not, you know, hey, here's an opportunity. And yeah, I think it's awesome.
Full disclosure, my cup, the door just opened. Out! Get out! Okay, now I have an autistic 13-year-old that can hack the bathroom door lock. What?
Well, who knew? His talents are endless. Who knew?
I know, right?
So you were going to say something about me.
Yeah, I was going to say that my cup is overflowing, like full on, like raining down. Open the basement door, it's flooding from the ceiling above. Call a plumber. My cup is overflowing.
So is that good or bad? Clarify for me.
Well, I mean, it depends on what kind of mood I'm in, but if I'm being a yes girl, it's fine. It's fine. I got this. Everything's okay. And if I'm feeling anxious and overwhelmed, it's what in the world am I doing? But I cannot pick any one thing in my cup that I don't want to be there.
Wow. Yeah.
There's none of, like, I'm not just going to say, you know, well, my cup is overflowing, so I'm going to send a kid away, or I'm going to quit being a nurse, or I'm going to stop doing stand-up comedy. It's just a matter of taking care of yourself and not getting overwhelmed, seeing the blessings of the overflowing cup, and not letting yourself get overwhelmed.
Even if you have to lock yourself in the bathroom to see it, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. I'm on a better time right now.
Tongue in cheek, but I also mean it for real. Like it's a part of it. It's a part of, if that's where you have to steal a moment, that's where you have to steal a moment.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Girl. I have to tell you this just because I think it's very funny. We rescheduled this from like, I don't know, a month ago when
August.
my cup is always overflowing, but like that month was just like, it was painful, right? And
it was.
Like the week before we were going to do it, I was driving home from work really late. Like it had been a very difficult day. And I don't know, I want to say it was like 7:30. And I drive past the kids' school on my way home, and I saw that there were a bunch of, they go to a little Catholic school in town, and like they had tables outside that had used uniforms all over them. And I thought, oh, they must be cleaning out the uniform closet. I'll stop in and see if I can grab some uniforms for school that's starting. So I pull in and I see parents walking out. And I said to one of them, Jess, is there something going on here tonight? And she said, it's back to school night.
You're like, of course it is.
Yes. Yeah, I was just asking you. See, it's fine. Like, that's a perfect example. If you could freak out, you could be anxious about all the things that you're not getting done, or that's a moment where you can just choose to say, are we going to live long and happy lives without attending back to school night, fall 2020? Yes. Yes, we are. Everything's fine.
I have a friend, just to make you feel better, who's the wife of a superintendent. And she took her kids to school a day early.
And she's the wife of the superintendent.
Yeah, she knew maybe what the first day of school was, but we laugh about that. She's like, that's all the balls in the air. They're all dropping. It's fine. Everything's fine. Things are going up in flames behind us. Everything's fine.
It's fine. And it's just so important to be real and honest with yourself and say, it's fine. Because all too often, can I just be totally honest? I do not know very many moms that are actually as mean as I think moms are in my head. There are no moms out there that are like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe Lindy missed back to school night. But in my head, I say, I bet every mom here thinks Lindy is a hot mess, right? But you can't tell yourself lies. You have to be honest with yourself and say, these children are loved beyond belief, and they will live long and happy lives.
I think that's so true. I think we're just crueler to ourselves than anyone else would be.
Yeah.
And I know I've said those things to myself, like, gosh, I think you're so right. It's like we assume the worst. We assume the judgment is the harshest, and we assume the worst. And then we take those assumptions and we make them real. I mean, we'll side glance at, like, I just know you have it all together. Like, don't even with me, but it's true.
Social media, man. Social media is the worst.
It really can be. It really can be. Judgment center. So, so can you,
when I am starting to feel that, sorry.
No, you're good. Nugget. No, tell it.
Which doesn't belong to me. It's just a little helpful for me when I start to feel that. It's the truth, beauty, and goodness. Those are the things that are real. Those are the things that are from God. All the other stuff is not. So I have to first focus on what's really true and what is beautiful in my life and what is good in my life. And then you can't go wrong. Truth, beauty, and goodness.
Oh, gosh, I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I think that's going to be helpful. I know it's going to be helpful to me. I think that'll be helpful to a lot of ladies watching this. So, so I wonder if you can share, if you would like to share I feel like I've gotten an idea about passion in your life. I feel like would you say that that's where your comedy fits in and filling other people's cups, like letting them know that this is okay and we can talk about it?
Yeah, I think I think that there are a lot of people feeling like there are a lot of people filling roles right now that women need. Like, you can turn on a podcast and you can find whatever you want. Whatever, if you need organizing tips, which ain't me. If you need cleaning tips, that ain't me. If you need some evangelization in your life, if you need good music, there are women filling those roles for women. And we don't have a ton of women in the world that are filling the role of comedy, of good, honest, real comedy. Finding the joy in life and laughing about it, comedy. And I think that, like, I really love being a nurse. And being a nurse pays my bills. And there are times that I think the comedy thing, it's just a dream. I don't have time. Is that the one thing that I should take out of my cup? And then I think, you know what? It is such a passion of mine to be able to give, and that is a way that I can give that others can't. And so, yeah.
I really resonate with that. I've thought that many times about music in my life, and do I keep playing when people ask me to play? Do I keep writing? Do I keep singing? Do I really have time for that? But I keep coming back to, it is something that I can do that not very many people are willing or able to do, that also fills me at the same time.
Yeah.
So that tells me it's important.
Absolutely.
So can you talk about a time maybe that you were struggling with self-care, and maybe that happens not just one time, but I feel like it's for me like this. Down, okay. I can tell you about last week. I could tell you about, it's not necessarily like years ago, this epiphany, but a time where you struggled with self-care. What did it look like, and how did you find your way back?
I feel like this was maybe yesterday and the day before.
Yeah.
You're right. It's like this.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's like this, it's always turning my brain off and being nice to myself. And when it's like this, turning my brain off and being nice to myself is praying, is spending some time in my Bible, learning a new song on the uke, those kind of things. When it's like this, where's my little hand? There it is. When it's like this, turning my brain off is playing Wordscapes or Candy Crush Saga for 7 hours when my kids are like, "You never listen to us!"
There are worse things you could be doing. So
yeah, it's fine. They're fine.
So on your everyday, are there things that you do for yourself, like as a must do every day, that you are intentional about?
Yeah, I think turning my brain off like every day, and it just, like I said, it's different ways every day. Music is like, it's just, I don't know. I feel all the feels through music, and so maybe it's like 90s rap super loud on my way home from work. Maybe it's Chris Tomlin in the shower when I'm getting ready for work. I don't know. Maybe it's Candy Crush, or I was gonna say sometimes it's riding my bike, but honestly, it's like riding my bike once every 3 months. I don't want anybody in here to be thinking
you're an avid biker.
No. But yeah, just being nice to myself. And then finding joy. Like, honestly, it's a conscious effort. You can't just, yes, I'm an optimist, and yes, I tend to see the brighter side of things, but you have to, if you be honest with yourself, recognize when you are not being nice to yourself, and then take a step back, zoom out, find some joy, find a punchline. I think it's, I say a lot of times, and when I'm doing my talks, that you can be accidentally happy. There's an emoji for that, right? You can drop a little happiness after your some line that you text somebody, or you can hear something and it can make you laugh momentarily and make you happy. But you can't really accidentally be joyful. You have to choose that. There's no emoji for that, for joy, that you can drop at the end of your line. You have to say, in this moment, I'm going to find joy, I'm going to be happy and make the best of this. And I think that is probably what is my day-to-day sanity.
So I want you to dive a little deeper into that for a minute, because it sounds like something that is just out of reach. Like it's really just this mirage that I just can't. When someone says to me, you've got to find the joy. What does that look like in a day-to-day moment? What does you finding joy in a crazy mom moment look like?
That is the best part about stand-up comedy, I'm telling you. It didn't come until I had to, till cute little hipster Keenan said, I need you to write some comedy. A lot of times when bad things happen, I'm literally like, there's got to be something funny about this. What?
Well, I see it on your Facebook posts. I do. I love them so much. It brings my heart so much joy.
I don't post anything on Facebook if I'm not going to get a solid 50 laugh emojis, because I don't know what the point is in Facebook if it's not to make people laugh.
So something's going crazy. The dumpster fire is occurring. You hold back and say, there's got to be something funny in this.
So, for example, okay, this is like I have told this joke 600,000 times, and it kills every time. This is the thing. Like, I always think I'm going to wait and do stand-up comedy when my kids are older and have more time, but then nothing will be funny anymore because my life is a dumpster fire. Okay, so one Sunday morning, we were getting ready for church, and I was doing the thing that all good mothers do on Sunday mornings while they're trying to get ready for church, yelling and screaming.
Yes. Yes.
Come on, get your shoes, get your coats. Let's go. Let's get in the car. And I come around the corner, and there is this big, busty pile of poop on my white carpet. So there's your moment, right? There's a moment where I could have just totally lost it.
Yep.
But I thought, there's got to be more to this, right? There's got to be more to the story. We're gonna find a way to laugh through this. So I thought, I am a good Christian mother, so I'm not going to allow this pile of poop on my white carpet to keep us from attending church as a family today. Get in the freaking car now. So we went to church, where all the ladies said things like, you are such a lovely mother.
God bless them.
God bless them. They do that, though, every Sunday, don't they? They don't know if I scream before church. And then we came back home. And at this point, there'd been poop on my carpet for hours. And I thought to myself, if DCF were to knock on my door right now, the article in the paper would say, old fecal matter was found on the floor of the children's home. And I would probably go to jail, and I would enjoy every single solitary second of it.
So true. Where'd the poop
So
come from?
true. See, I mean, I could have lost my,
Yeah, you could have.
So there's I always say, being the mom of a child with autism has taught me a lot of things. First of all, the reason the great state of Kansas had 3-2 beer was for special needs mothers. To keep our blood alcohol content low enough to safely care for children. Now I'm just always drunk, and I tell my husband, if you have a problem with that, call your legislators. Not my fault.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
It has also taught me that when you are up against an obstacle in life, which we often are, you really have two choices. You can either take a step back and relax, find a way to laugh, or you can lose your shit. And I live with somebody who loses it. Literally, like, I can smell it. I know he's gone,
Oh,
but I can't find it anywhere. There's no eating randomly found chocolates in the Katzer house.
oh my gosh. So I admire you so much for that, because I think that what you're talking about, it does take practice. It's not something you can just flip a switch and say, I'm going to choose this instead. I think it's going to take some practice over time. I'm thinking even for myself, that's going to take practice for me, because I tend to go more to going to lose my crap right now.
Yeah.
So that's going to take practice for me. But I feel like what you're telling me is where the rewards are in that for everybody you live with, not just for you. Oh, Lindy, I've lost you. Let me see what we can do here. Hold on. Let's see. Let me let her back in the room. See if we can let her back in the room. Okay.
I'm sorry. I think my internet spaced out. I told Trav to turn off the TV.
You're good. You're good.
Is that going to mess it all up?
No, not at all. I have an editing thingy. So that's what makes this great. Okay. So no, that's good. I'm glad we were talking about, what that would take. It would take practice. So.
Can you do both TVs?
No, that worked.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. No need to apologize. I'm going to have to you too.
That's my tech crew in the background.
Well, there you go.
Turn off all the cartoons.
So I have to ask, with everything that you're going through, everything that you've done, everything you've grown in, and this mom and woman that you've become now, how did you learn that you needed to be kind to yourself? Did someone inspire you to do that, or have you seen someone practice that in their lives? Is there anyone who kind of inspires you to be that person every day?
I think my sisters.
How many sisters do you have, Lindy?
I have 2 sisters. They are the oldest, so there are 9 of us kids, and they are the oldest, and I am second youngest. So I didn't really grow up with them. They were like my kind of pseudo moms as a kid, and I always remember thinking, like, I grew up in a big Catholic family, and great childhood. Don't get me wrong, but we just like. A family of 9, a mom's got to have stuff like, kind of, this is how we do things. And I remember my sisters going over to their house and thinking, how are they just so go with the flow? Like they just do whatever they want. Not whatever they want, but you know what I mean? Like we'd be shopping and they'd say, you want to go get a donut? Like, donut? That's extravagant. Who eats donuts? So they were like the first teachers, I think, of self-care for me, and still are. They're good role models.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I love it. Okay, so before we wrap up here, what would you like to say to other moms in the thick of it? I feel like you have given us so many nuggets like to digest here, but what do you feel like they should know?
I feel like you got this, for starters. Even if you feel like you don't, be honest with yourself. Take a step back, find a way to laugh, zoom out, see that all of that is going on around you is when you would probably be dying laughing if you were watching it on like Cribs or something, you know? It really is funny, even if it doesn't feel like it.
Oh, Cribs, I love it. Oh my goodness.
Go ahead.
No, go.
I was just gonna say, you want me to leave with another show tune?
I would love for you. I was just gonna ask if you could
play. Let's see. I probably should have practiced some.
Yeah.
How about this one? This is probably good for the moms. It's amazing that you can't wipe after you pee. You're just sitting on the toilet, yelling for me. It's funny that I'm on a toilet. Try as I may, I could never explain what you said when I was Candy Crushing. The smile on your face lets me know you're still breathing. There's a tooth in your room that the fairy keeps leaving. The touch of your hand as you say, Mom, Mom, Mom. You say my name, but I hear nothing else. I probably wrote that right here on my toilet. I don't remember. It was the time that I was zoomed out.
Bravo.
Shutting my brain down.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can find Lindy Katzer at lindykatzer.com. I believe your Facebook profile for Lindy Katzer is also something they can follow and on Instagram. So she posts little moments of this joy that she finds amongst the thick of it all. And truly, you will laugh with her. She makes you feel like it is completely normal what you're going through. And there's a need for more voices like that in those spaces. So I'm so glad that we could have you join us today. And I know Travis has been like, you've high-fived him and you said, tag, you're it with the 5 youngsters over there. And he's running tech and he's doing who knows what else. So kudos to him too. I'll make sure in my little thank you to you, I include him as well. But so appreciate you joining me from our bathrooms. This was super fun. If you stay on for a moment, I'm going to end this for everybody else. But thank you for who you are and what you do to fill everyone else's cup. I could not have picked a better cup filler for this month. And I think a lot of people will have their cups filled just listening to this. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Too fun.
You're welcome.
In the bathroom, I think.
Me too. We were saying before this that we're now seeing things in our bathrooms that we probably didn't want to see on this day. To now, I got to do something about it or not. I don't know. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.